So, if you had 200,000k in cash, how much passive income do you reckon, or do you think you could turn it into? But before we get into that, don't forget to give a little stroke on that like button, smash that subscribe button, really helps the algorithms. Get in the comments as well, let me know what your views are right with this. Don't forget to watch right to the end, because I'm going to share with you a deal that we're actively doing at the moment. So I'm going to share with you, show you it, share your numbers. So this is not just an estimated what you potentially could do. This is based on what I have done on a deal. I had an offer accepted on yesterday at time of recording these videos. This particular property is a 4-bedroom house, and the plan is to turn it into a 5-bedroom HMO. But I'm not going to turn it into a normal HMO. I'm going to turn it into a HMO for social housing, where they rent it off you for like a 5, 7, 10 year fixed lease. So people talk about passive income as well. Is property passive? Is any income passive? There's an argument. Let's just put that argument aside for a minute. So let's quickly touch on that argument and then come back to the figures of this deal and how much money this deal, if I had 200k, how much money you would earn off of 200k doing the same deals that I've just done, if that makes sense. Just see if I can spit that out. But is it a real passive income? You always need to do a little something to it. If you get a manager to manage properties for you, you still have to make sure the manager's managing properties. Building a portfolio is not passive, but once you've got the asset, that asset can become passive. What is passive income? Passive income is basically when you get a recurring income that you have to put no more extra work into it. So now we discussed that. Some people say it's not passive, some people say it's passive, but let's just put that argument to the side and say passive income. There is more forms of passive income. You always got to keep an eye on things and do certain bits to it. But out of property, social housing is the most passive form of income you will find out of any property strategy. They fully repair it, they fully manage it, they do absolutely everything. They renew the license, they do the whole shebang. So this is the most passive form you will get out of any property. You just check your money coming in. It might be worth you going to check to see if if it needs like repair, if they're keeping on top of the repairs, just do an inspection from time to time. But short of that, it's the most passive form of property income I've found. I've got a number of properties with these style leases, or on leases, along long-term leases. You do have to get specialist lenders for that. Fleet and Shorebrook are the two we look at the moment. But they're the most passive form. So I'm going to share with you this deal and how much money 200k would earn me passively with this style deal. But let's talk about a few other deals that you could do. What other passive forms of income can you do? You could create digital assets like online sort of digital trainings and things like that. That's an asset that can pay you. So once you've built that digital asset and you built a funnel to sell that and ads and sell Paul, and long as there's value in there, and you sell this digital online training, say you sell it for £50, £100, £1,000, depending on how good it is, depending on how good your credibility is. Once you've created that, that is passive. So with 200k, you could get some real good videographers, you could get some really good editors, and you can hire out studios and buy some really good equipment and pay a lot of money on ads on YouTube, Google, and really you could create some really decent passive income from that. But that said, you need to have the experience to be able to sell these courses. So don't just start tomorrow. If you've only bought one property, sure, that's the right one for you. Again, we've touched on property. Property is not that passive if you self-manage it. The growing of a portfolio is definitely not passive, but once you've got it and it's collecting you rent, if you've got a manager, then if you've got a property manager or a managing agent, then it becomes passive. You don't have to then keep on putting time back into it. You have to manage your manager or manage the managing agent, but it is less of your time. It does free you up to get on with other things. Other forms of passive income, you could, like books. You don't earn much money from books, but businesses can be a passive income. If you can set a business up and systemize it, so all the operation procedures are all documented, everything's in there, so it can operate without you. So you've got an operation manager, a directing manager, so you just sit on the board, eventually, the board meetings to see how it's being operated, then that becomes a passive income, you know. So there's quite a few different forms of passive income. You could do affiliate marketing. So if you create really good content and you create really good content, let's say you create a really big YouTube channel, and then loads of companies out there will give you affiliate programs. So if you approach a lot of the big trainers out there and said, if I sold some of your courses, would you give me a percentage for it? And I say, yeah, because they pay marketing to do that anyway. So what you could do is create really, really good content around their stuff. So, and then if you put the links in the bottom of your videos. YouTube is probably the best one for this. It takes a bit of time and effort to get there. It's not something you'd do overnight. But then people click on them links and buy from it. It can even be books. You can get an affiliate program with Amazon, and you could just go onto Amazon now and go away to the bottom, go on affiliate programs, and just click on there. If you review just any product on there, they'll give you a certain percentage when they click and buy through that affiliate program. So that is very passive, because once you've created the video, put the work in creating the videos and the content and the reviews, then that just goes out there working for you 24/7, and you can get a passive income from it. But anyway, there are a few different ideas for passive incomes or passive-ish incomes. You still, as I said, need to check them, still have to manage them. Even the digital ones, you still have to manage your accounts and look at the ads and see what they're doing. Again, just a little reminder, if you're enjoying this, give it a little stroke, that like button if you've not done it already. Really, really helps us out. And let's look at the deal I got done yesterday. So I've bought a 4-bedroom existing house, and at the moment we're in this hot market. People saying, should you sit on your hands? Should you wait? Paid a little bit more than I would have done maybe 2 years ago for this house, but in my area the prices have definitely gone up without a question of a doubt. It's in the northeast. My remote area is in the northeast, and the prices have accelerated up. So full stop, they're more expensive. But it's not got as much. This is not so much of a BRR for me, because firstly, I'm going to buy it on the mortgage. I'm not buying it cash, and it's not got enough margin in there to force the appreciation up. But I'm not so worried about recycling my money. I just want a better return on my money. I'm buying 2 like this at the moment, but buying one that's already got an existing tenant in there with a 3-year lease on it, and I'm buying this one which we're going to turn to HMO and put probably. I'm not sure how long they're going to give us a lease for, but it could be anything from 5 to 10 years. And they're just income generators, give me a really, really healthy return on my cash rather than it sitting in the bank, and very, very passive because they're managed by the companies. But people say, sit on your hands, don't do nothing. This has come from an agent, and this has come before it hit the market. So this is the deal. I'm not sure how well you can see that. I've got my light on in the background there, so it's catching that. So this is the power of following up and keeping consistent with agents. An agent told me about a deal about 2 months ago. I'll get on with. He said, I'm about to value a deal. I think it might be one for you, blah, blah, blah. Told me probably get it for around 70k-ish. I've asked that vendor what they want, indicating around 70k. For whatever reason, it took a while to come to the market. And for whatever reason, I've got sidetracked and didn't follow this agent up and stay fresh on his mind. As a result, 2 days ago, I see it come online. And I was like, oh, that's that house he was talking about. So I've texted him because I've got his personal number, and I get on with him. So this wasn't a case that the agent didn't chase me up because he don't like me. I get on with him so well. I actually went to his wedding, you know. So it's nothing about favoritism. You have to stay consistent following up agents to keep that mind space. Because just forget about you. They're super busy at the moment. So don't take this offensively as well. But I knew he was super busy at the moment. So it's come on the market. I'm like, if I just kept having follow-ups like you should be doing, I was side busy anyway, and I had things that was prioritised buying houses. Buying houses, I still want to buy, but not at the top of my priority. I'm trying to get my lettings company really, really profitable, and I'm working on my training company to get that really profitable and systemised to predominantly run without me the lettings. So I've got other priorities that trump the buying. But either way, could have kind of kicked myself. Quick call each week or quick text each week to keep that relationship there. I could have potentially had a deal on that before it hit the market. It's come on at 80k, 10k more than he was telling me he thinks I could probably get it for. I've got, where it's remote, I've got somebody in the area that does viewings for me, so I'm like, get on this, let's get a viewing on it. They text me straight back and went, the viewings are already suspended. So the next morning, so it come on in the evening, I think it was it a Wednesday or Thursday? Yeah, it was a Wednesday, it's come on Wednesday evening, or just past 12 o'clock. Thursday morning, we're phoned up and tried to get a viewing on it. First thing in the morning, viewing suspended. Got loads of viewings on it. Too many viewings on it already, so they're suspended for the time being. I'm texting this guy now, phoning him, texting him. He's called me back, or he's texted me back and went, oh mate, it's bonkers. That one's had an offer at asking price already. And I'm like, wow, but I'm like, okay, it could still probably work. It's probably about a 120, maybe even 125 house. So 80k, needs about 20 odd k's worth of work to it. So I'm like, okay, still could work. Can you squeeze us in while viewing? He said, okay, the next batch of viewings are on Tuesday. I'll see if the vendor was doing them directly. I'll see if this vendor can get you in with this viewing. So brilliant. Now, he's on my follow-up. So this was Thursday. Friday morning, did you manage to get us in there, mate? And then Friday midday, I know he's busy, so I'm not pestering him. And I've done it politely, trying to pester him, mate, keen to see if we can work something on this. And then he texted me back and went, wow, this is a text back from the agent. Let's try and kind of cover his name up there saying that. The text back from the agent, I don't know if you can see that, but he texted me back and he's gone, hi mate, offers over 85k now. I'm like, well, that's definitely blown out where it works for us. But then, because I'm on his mind, he's then viewed this one. As I said, this is the one he's viewed at the moment. So this is a 4-bedroom. He sent me it over. If I weren't fresh on his mind, he'd have probably forgot me. Not in a bad way. He's just busy, you know. And I can't feel offended. I should be more offended on myself by not keeping that there. I've definitely got a part. My team member that deals with the viewings, she's great at relationship building. So I need to pass this over. I've been a bit reluctant in that part of business because I've built great relationships with agents. As I said, been to their weddings. And I enjoy that part of it. But there's things that Trump need my attention a little bit more importantly than that. So I'm not doing it consistently. So I should still do it at the level I'm doing it at now. But I need to then get Jenny on my team involved with it, doing it consistently weekly. So I've realised that. You've got to see where you spread yourself and where your time is more importantly spent. So either way, so he sent me that one over. And we've got a deal done it at £77,000 yesterday. So let's look at the numbers on that. It's probably only a 95 grand house, probably, you know, done up. It only needs it don't need a major refurb, a kitchen, carpets, paint, and tiles in the bathroom. If I was going to put it to the open market as a 4-bedroom rental, so probably could get it done and looking really nice for a kitchen in there. It's not a big one, probably about 2.5k, tiling and all them other bits, maybe another like £1.5. Let's say 5k, and let's say about 3 to 4k for the refurb side of it. If I was going to do it quite nice-ish, because I'm going to rent it to, and that's if I was going to do the BRR model. So I would still finance out a fair amount, but we're not talking about BRR. We're talking about this deal, how it works for what I'm doing with this. So what I'm going to do with this is rent it to social housing. They're going to give me about £950 a month for it. So what I'm going to need for this deal is about 26k. That's including everything. So let's just make the math a little bit easier on this, because it's in the morning, and yeah, just do me a favour and make the math. Let's say I need 25k, it's £1,000 less. It's just a roundabout numbers. This is not bang on. So let's say I need 25k. That's including my deposit of around just over 18k, stamp duty, and a light refurb. Because the refurb on this, I'm not going to change the kitchen because I'm not BRR in it, so I don't need to force depreciation up. I'm happy to leave my money in this one and get return. It's only going to need a paint through and a few carpets doing. I'm not going to do the tiles as well. So I'll buy a load of second-hand furniture. Funny enough, the agent's got a sofa in his garage that he said I can have. So it'd be loads of second-hand furniture. So probably will be around 25k, everything, legals, everything, all in, done. So so with that, with 200k, I can buy for 8 of these properties. This property is going to give me, I'm going to need the what's the name? This property is going to give me just shy of £8,500 a month. Net income, because they take this company pay for all the bills, all the license. They reimburse me my insurance. I have to get the insurance, but they reimburse me back the insurance. It's fully repairing, fully insuring lease. So I will net, although they give me a little bit less than the open market on the room rate, I'll net that. There's no voids. There's no, if this is empty, I'll net that. I've got other properties on there, and it's great once you've got them in there. So if if I can buy 8, I could potentially buy, only potentially, I've got to find these houses and everything. This is theoretically what I could turn this 200k into with a deal that I've done yesterday. So this is a real live, not a theoretical one. So let's say 850 a month. These are only rough figures. These are not exact ones, guys. These are just roundabouts. So 850 a month is what I'm gonna net. If you times that by 8 houses that I could potentially buy, that's £6,800 a month net income. Times that by 12, and that is £81,000 a year. So then let's look at the 200k that I'd have employed in that. Let's pretend that I didn't do the buy, refurbish, remortgage strategy. So let's divide that by 200k and times it by 100. that equals a 40% return on capital employed without even implementing the BRR. As I said, if I implemented the BRR, I'd have to probably spend a little tiny bit more to implement the BRR. But if I implemented the BRR, that would probably be more closer to 60% return on capital employed. So that is my figures, the figures that I could earn on a potential deal that I've got going through at the moment. So let's have a look in the comments. What would you turn that in? What could you turn that into? How much would you expect from that? I think that's pretty healthy return. Myself, 81k off a 200k investment. It's only going to take you a few years and you've got your full investment back and you're out of it. So I think that's pretty healthy. 40% return on capital employed is ginormous. Bearing in mind you get 0.1... 0.FL, Jamie York say that, 0.FL% in the bank. So love to hear what you get. Put in the comments, jump in the comments. What would you turn 200k's worth of cash into a passive income? And what would you do that passive income with? So would that be in property? Would it be in digital assets? What would it be in? Would that be on the markets? Would you be putting it into crypto? Would you be putting it into a stock market? So thanks for watching. If you found this informational, as I said, if you've not done it already, stroke that like button, smash the subscribe button, and check out this video as well. This video is about, is property passive? So as I said, it's beyond the scope of this video to talk about whether property is passive or not, but you might find this video useful. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Remember, if you don't evolve your ideas, you're never going to live on your own terms. So evolve your ideas, live on your own terms. Have a great day.